What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing some online gameplay in the ranked side of the F1 2019 game. I just want to clarify that this is not my Road to Master Rank series. This is just simply a gameplay video. We will start that series at some point in the future, but on a different platform. I don't know. I might do it on this platform that I'm doing it on now, which is Xbox. But I'll see how I feel about that. So I just wanted to test the waters, really, before I got stuck into the series proper. I wanted to test, like, the ranking system, see how long it would take you to get, you know, ranked if you got crashed out or had a bad race or whatever, how the impact would be on your safety rating and also your skill rating. This is my first race here of the day, getting thrown straight into a wet qualifying around the Brazilian Grand Prix in dry tyres. We cut to the race now, and this has been a bit of a glitch I've noticed in online races, is that you'll go to the race and you'll have a completely different setup to what you started off with. I was running the default setup, but now I find myself with 100% brake pressure on F1 2019, a game which is already ridiculous in itself for lockups. I don't know how I'm going to make it through this race, but regardless, it's 5 red lights, and away we go for the Brazilian, or should I say, try not to lock up Grand Prix, because that's what it's become now. Away we go, and it's going to be a very ginger run into turn 1, dodging a couple of default skins. Default skins. You love to see it. It's either default skins or Ayrton Senna skins or Alan Prost skins. In terms of the car choices so far in F1 2019 online, but it is cool to see that we have custom liveries and stuff. It is bloody awesome, and I think that they might be adding more customization stuff in the future, which is awesome. But anyway, we're settling into this race, so we're doing our best job we can to settle into this race. I really can't stand on the brake pedal at all, otherwise it's going to be lockup central, so I'm having to be quite tentative with the left foot. And oh my god, even the throttle is a bit sensitive on the traction zone of the final corner. We go clean around the outside of Arulo there, and we're through into the podium positions, and now we can set after the top two, hopefully. No, the guy in third has given me the big dive bomb into turn 1, and he gets the place back. But look at how slow he is through the center S's. This is what I don't understand about people who are so slow. They dive bomb you and then they're just crap. You know, I don't know. That was my fault a bit there. But he was blocking me. I had the inside, and he was just turning across me, and yeah, that's what happened. We have an orange front wing now, and this race has gone from not having great chances to now just being straight up diabolical with the brake issues, front wing. I don't know how my brake pedal is going to deal with the calibration of 100% brake pressure. I finally got around to making a joke about that, but here we go. We're into P3. We somehow set a purple lap there without damage, and the fact that we're just maintaining position at all is just somewhat of a miracle. Like, this double right-hander here is just an absolute nightmare to get through there. We're getting warnings for just running wide, left, right, and center. So that's not doing my safety rating all too good. Again, this corner here, really bad for understeer. But somehow we managed to fend off all of the hard charges, and we get a podium and the fastest lap in the process. So, what a race. I mean, could you imagine, like, if we had a normal setup on the car and we didn't have the damage? That would have been a much more exciting affair, I'll say that much. But anyway, it's a solid start. This isn't actually my very first race in ranked mode. I did like 2 or 3 races before this, but on a separate day. It's a different recording. I think I might have deleted it, I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is all the recordings that I got from this day in particular. We move on to the French Grand Prix, where it was a much more straightforward affair. We got pole, we move on to the race, we have our normal setup, thankfully, and we can race. Now we can fight, as Fernando Alonso would say. Away we go for this second Grand Prix. It was a good getaway versus the rest of the field, so that was nice. Heading into turn 1, I really couldn't see where I was going, and going pretty tentative, unlike the guys behind me who just punted me into the beginning of turn 4. But after that, we got through unscathed, we won the race, Not only did we win the race, but we dominated the race. I think we won by like 20 seconds. It was quite ridiculous. We reached level 10, so there's an achievement for that. And old mate Ed and Senna here can celebrate with his trophy. So for wins, I think you get the best part of 30 or 40 points in terms of your rating. When it comes to like competition points, you get about 100 competition points or so for winning. I will say for the first ever race that I won, I got like 675 competition points, but I've never had a boost in points like that since then. So I don't know if that's a first race bonus kind of thing or a first race win bonus kind of thing. I don't know. Or whether it was just me racing really hard competition. I really can't tell at this stage, but yeah, got a crap load of points, competition points for customization very early on. But since then, it's been a bit of a grind, so I'll have to get into the weekly events in order to customize my car and driver and all that jazz in the future. But anyway, we're away for the Russian Grand Prix. This guy behind me whose username is Replay, he is exploiting the full width of the track limits, at least in this first lap, and I just got a sneaking suspicion that he might have a penalty or two, so we'll just ask Jeff and we'll make 100% sure.
We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1:36.5. They have a time penalty of 2.0.
Okay, so he does have a penalty, and the reason why I was asking is because if he's got a penalty, I don't really need to worry about trying to beat him on track. He might take me out, he might go for a dive bomb, give me penalties. So if he goes for a move and gets it done, I think I might just let him go through and follow him for the rest of the race. It is quite easy to corner cut and get penalties here at Russia with strict corner cutting, so we'll see if we can just win the race that way. It's probably the most low-risk way to win. Here he goes for the dive bomb. That's another corner cut for turn 2, and that should be possibly another penalty heading his way. So yeah, for the rest of this Grand Prix, we're just going to stick it behind him. I can easily overtake him and try and put the pressure on, but there's no need to do that. There's no risk. I feel like this is probably the most low-risk strategy, unless he gets wind of what I'm trying to do and maybe brake checks me or something, but he didn't do that, to his credit. We stuck behind him for the rest of the race, and that was our win for Russia. So I'll take that. Move on to the next one. Just keeping a cool head and, yeah, just making sure we collect those points. It's also, yeah, important that we improve our safety license so that in the future when we get put into lobbies with other people, we get put into lobbies with other clean people. So I just want to make that, you know, license rating as good as I can, because there's nothing worse than getting involved in incidents early on, having a bad license, and then just being stuck in the lobbies with all the rammers and stuff. It's a trap you can easily fall into in iRacing, and I can easily see that being the case here on this game. So just, yeah, trying to keep it clean early on. We get another win at Austria. I completely talked over that, so there you go. A lot of these races you'll find, I did win a lot of them, but to be fair, the people in the lobby, you know, pretty similar level to me. They weren't slow by any means. I think more often than not, my consistency often won me these races. If you like compare my fastest lap with theirs, you know, they're not a million miles off me. Like here in Bahrain, my fastest lap was literally a tenth better than, you know, the person behind me, and a couple of tenths better than the rest. Like, it's not much separating. It's just getting a clean start and keeping myself out of trouble. But we move on to Azerbaijan now, and I changed the setup for the first time today. I moved down to 4-4 wings, and I feel like that probably hurt my pace a little bit. We got P5, a second or so off pole position, and now we have a bit of work to do in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and we are underway for Baku. This is going to be a very tough Grand Prix for us. I was almost going to pull the plug heading into this race because I was going to bank all the points that I had. I'm now gold rating in terms of my skill rating. I thought, yeah, I'm done. I'm happy. But I thought I'd just do one more. And now I find myself in a big predicament here. We are buried in the pack, P7. And the chances of me getting taken out and possibly losing my ranking and all that I've worked hard to do so far could be lost in just this one race if the rating system is broken like it was last year. But let's hope that it doesn't come to that. We're just going to play it patient. It's going to be damage limitation. We're going to see if we can come back and get on the podium. It's so easy to crash here, but also so easy to overtake at some point. So I've just got to be patient, wait for opportunities to present themselves. And here's the first one now, up the inside of this UKZ person. We used a bit of battery to get past him, but apart from that, we are through for P6. Right. Okay, let's move on to the next guy. No, he's actually coming back at us, so he's showing a little bit of pace now in this fight back towards me. I had to take a bit of a risk there, go late under brakes around the outside into turn 2. I've damaged my front wing to lime green, and it does make a difference. But yeah, I was pretty annoyed about that. He was going slow in the first lap when I was behind him, and then as soon as I overtake him, he increases the speed and dive bombs me. It's just annoying when slow people all of a sudden figure out how to drive again as soon as you get in front of them. But anyway, we move on to the second lap, and we're trying to chase down Replay, the guy who we had a battle with, I think, at Sochi. So he'll be pretty pacey in this Grand Prix, I would imagine. Lap 3 now, and the field is starting to tighten up a little bit as someone, touches the wall there. That was Replay, and we move up into P5. I was being very aware of my battery usage and also my fuel mix as well, because it's so easy to run yourself dry, essentially. So I was making doubly sure that I didn't use too much battery. I was quite efficient with that. I didn't want to use overtake or hot lap, apart from that first lap. But now we're just running in high and medium and low, especially in the middle sector of the lap where we can save a bit of battery and just use the cornering speed of the car to get lap time. So we're chugging away now. We're in P4. We're making some inroads on the next group of cars, even though it looks like they're quite far away. We'll be able to utilize this clear air to hopefully get within striking distance of the top 3, as they seem to be squabbling quite a bit. We head into the middle sector of the lap, and this is where I make most of my inroads, because it's all cornering. It's not straight line speed dependent, and we're able to just make up a bit more time through bravery, I suppose. Heading into the castle section for the penultimate time. The guy in P2 has just unfortunately clipped the exit barrier of the castle section and gives us a free podium position. So now, with only a lap and a quarter to go, we find ourselves with a striking chance of actually winning this race. I would have been happy with a podium after the first lap that we had being in P7, but now we look well and truly on to possibly win this thing. I don't know about penalties for these two guys, but I'm just going to press on and act as if they don't have penalties. It's actually pretty hard to get a corner cutting penalty around here, so we just have to, get on with the job. In the slipstream, DRS heading on to the last lap now. These guys are fighting quite hard and probably using up quite a bit of their battery to battle here, so I'm making sure that I don't use too much of it, especially that I'm in the slipstream. The guy in P2 is now really slow for some reason, heading into turn 2. He's gone in way too deep, compromised my exit as well, and given me a big squeeze up against the barrier, which is exactly what you want to see. But anyway, we're into P2. We can now set after the race leader. That is, if the guy behind me doesn't dive bomb me, which he is. He tried to go for the inside. He actually clipped the inside barrier and spun himself out. So, nice one, Chief. Why is it like always this? I say slow, like slower people. Why is it always the slightly slower people who hold you up, and then as soon as you overtake them, they dive bomb you again? It's like, what's the point? You're gonna get overtaken anyway. You're just asking for an incident and to get other people to catch up, and it's annoying. But anyway, it's the last lap of the Grand Prix, final couple of corners. We are fighting away, trying to get in the slipstream to have a sniff of this race victory. I think we're within a second here, so we will get DRS, but it's just a case of whether this guy has any battery left. Is he out of fuel? Does he have a penalty? All these questions, which will be answered in the space of about 10 seconds here. Overtake mode is engaged, DRS is open, and now it's not going to be settled on track because we just ran out of time, but there we go. He keeps the win, so GG's to, is it Rainvom? I don't really know how to pronounce your name, so I'll just leave it at that. GG. He did really well to hold on to the pressure in the end there, and more importantly, we actually hold on, and we still managed to gain some points for our license and for our skill rating, which is probably, yeah, the best possible result. I was kind of wondering whether I'd actually lose any rating because I got beaten by a silver player, but you can still gain even though you didn't win the race. So that is encouraging. I hope that the system is more balanced this year and that you can actually, you know, still gain and don't have to win every single time. And if you even get a slither of a bad result, you get sent back to the Stone Ages. I hope that's not the case, but I guess we'll find out in good time. I'm quite lucky in the end that I haven't had a horrible race so far in any of my online ranked videos. But that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, ranked, it's pretty sweaty, and I look forward to the challenge of trying to get myself to master rank eventually. I may not do it initially. I think career mode is going to take focus on my channel for the foreseeable future. But as soon as things calm down a little bit, I will start to do these other series. I might even start the first episode soonish, but it may be uploaded sporadically. We'll have to just play it by ear. We'll see how I feel about the online side of the F1 game. But yeah, at the moment, career mode is kind of taking the focus. But I did have a lot of fun today, and I hope that I can continue to bring you guys some online videos in the not too distant future. I'm waffling now, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys for a brand new video very soon.